Rebel Gaming Channel uploaded a video with Daigo, Gachi-Kun, and Bonchan talking about their early thoughts on Street Fighter 6, and I thought we'd take a look at it. All right, let me load this video up, and while I do that, why don't you scroll down? Check if you're subbed. Trying to hit 10,000 sometime soon. All right, let's get started. Bonchan, Daigo, Gachi-Kun. Camera a little bit. That looks about right. Somebody got very angry with me in the comments of that Chun video where I made that joke about Ryu being an honest, hardworking character. Somebody said, what do you mean? He has good pokes and he does a bunch of damage. That it is. I've heard this sentiment a lot from a lot of different people that it's putting everybody at the same starting line. I didn't really buy into it too much until I played until I played the betas, and I played against some people that I recognized from 5, and it was a lot closer than I think it should have been. Not like my friends, but like people that I recognized from playing online, like playing ranked in Street Fighter 5. And it was like, oh, this is a new game. Like, people are still learning. People are still getting used to things. And fundamentals will carry over, but some people relied on those mechanics in 5, like V-Trigger and stuff like that. And it's not the same in 6. Like, you have to learn how to play a completely different game if that's what your playstyle was. Very interesting. Cool chances.
CA 全然たまんないね。1ラウンドで3個たまんないんだ。
That's something that I thought too. If we scroll back real quick, where Daigo's talking about you can't get to level 3 critical art in 1 round. I felt like that too. Like, my critical art gauge wasn't going up. It goes up very slowly. Like, even if you're completely pummeling your opponent, it still takes a lot to get level 3, because in the demo, I was trying to fight the bot and get level 3, like, in the match, and I just kept killing him before I even got level 3. You know, you can double perfect, like, the level 1 bot and still not get level 3. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of back and forth. They're talking about crouch medium kick. Whoa, hey. I've been talking to you guys about this. A couple of videos I made, I talked about this, where the cancel window on, like, crouch and medium kick, 1-touch confirm buttons, they shortened a lot, and it's really difficult. I don't know if this changed since they made this video, like since this beta build, but it is very difficult. It's way harder than it is in 5, because they don't want you to do that anymore. I think it's still possible, they just don't want you to, and it's way harder. Talking about the meters and meter management. This, I'm sorry I'm pausing a lot, but they're saying a lot of really good things. This is something very similar to what Mago was saying about mental stack, where you, like, good players know how to prioritize things, right? Mago was talking about focus, like prioritizing different things that you want to focus on, because you can't focus on every single thing that's happening. And Bonchan is talking about focusing on different gauges and how you want to use them. It's all about delegating mentally. That's what that's like a common theme that I've noticed that sets good players apart from great players. We got Big Man on the mic. There he is. I like that he said that. I like that he said this, because a lot of people, I think, even including myself, like, before I played the games, I used to see players like Daigo and like Jay Wong and people who were very good, and I would just say, oh, they have played the games for so long that they're just good at the next one, right? Which is, I guess, kind of true. Like, fundamentally, they have good fundamentals, but it still takes a lot of training for them to get used to the new mechanics, right? They're not ultra extraordinary superhumans, right? They still have to learn and they still have to train. And Daigo talks about that a lot, like how much he trains And I think people don't realize that enough. They just write it off as like talent. Like Daigo is very talented. And when you say that, I think it's kind of insulting because you dismiss a lot of hard work that goes on. But now that we're in the age of streaming and stuff, you can watch him train. Like you can see how hard he works on stream. Young players will enjoy it.
相手に技をガードさせると自分のゲージが回復していくっていうのはすごい
This is I talked about this before too, like how bad it can feel to be the person that is blocking and like seeing the other person's meter go up while yours is just slowly going down, but it feels like you're doing the right thing because you're blocking things out, but it simultaneously feels like you're doing the wrong thing because you're losing gauge, right? I think that's what he's saying, right? I believe that replenishing your gauge by having the opponent guard your attacks will lead to interesting encounters, meaning that I think that means that you're replenishing your gauge by attacking, right? I could be wrong. I don't know. But I think that's what he's saying.
毎回見れるんじゃないかっていうふうに思うのと、それと加えてドライブインパクトっていうシステムが
It is a reflex test.
多分ちょっとその反応が
Eventually, hopefully, it becomes second nature, right? You see it,
反撃するためには反応がすごい大事なんで、
and
でも多
you
分
just have a button
慣
that
れ
you
ていけば
press.
できるところだと思うんで、ちょっと
Because
その
most of us have set a
職
macro
人
at
っぽ
this
さという
point.
か
I think that's the most
苦労感
optimal
も出せ
way to
て
deal with it.
新規にも優しいし、やり込んだ時にすごいこうやり込んだ分の成果を見込めるなっていうシステムになるのかなと思います。
I think the one thing that is really tough as a beginner or as an intermediate player to keep up with is the fact that your EX moves are on the same gauge as the drive gauge. Originally, when I saw the game, before anybody got to play it, I thought EX moves were going to be on your super meter. I didn't think it was going to be all tied into one gauge. It's just something to get used to.
これ CA かこれも出るなんで出んのこれ出るでしょ出ない
Ree's little Sobot kick looks so fun. You know, the only thing you can cancel EX, or not EX, the only thing you can cancel that Sobot kick into is EX Tatsu because you're airborne. It's really funny. It looks really funny.
よしよしよしよしよしよし無事そコンボがしゃがんない強制かかるよねかかんないいやかかるでしょ
モダンタイプに関してはすげえいい試みだなって思いましたね。
This is very interesting, where he's talking about modern controls, because I've been watching some of Giuna's videos where he's talking about how high-level Japanese players are thinking of using modern controls when the game comes out. It's something that I completely written off. I was like, oh, that's for beginners. It's like stylish mode. It'll just do things for you. But the more I see it, the more there might be some use to it. Like, I don't plan on playing on modern controls, but I think it'd be beneficial to, like, learn it or, like, see... Maybe there's a character that worked better with modern controls. It might just be something for me to mess around with, but you might see competitive players actually switch to it, because I've already seen a few who have really thought about it and said they're going to.
やってきた格闘ゲームにもなかったので、やっぱ一番最初のライト層、ライトな人たちが格闘ゲームをいざやろうってなった時にぶち当たる壁が
I think the commands, inserting the commands on pad, this is a hot take, for me, was really difficult for some reason. Like, playing on the PS4 pad just felt so unintuitive to me when I started. But you just, I mean, you just have to practice. That's the thing. It's hard to get people to practice, I feel like. Because they don't want to have to, they don't want to work for their fun, you know? Not everybody is trying to compete.
使ってもらえてなかったんですよね。普通にプレイした方が強いとか、普通にプレイした方
I
が
never knew that. I didn't know that Capcom had tried this in the past on like other games.
ただ今回のそのモダンシステムに関して言えば、やりようによってはもしかしたらそっちの方が強いとか、そっちの方
Or
が面白い
have more
可能性もあ
fun.
るなと思って
That's what I'm saying.
なんか全く新しい間口の広げ方だなと思うんで、すごい賛成ですね。
Awesome. That man off the screen.
今回その力を入れて作ってるなっていうのを感じるので、もうシリーズの最後決
This is very high praise from a veteran player. You know, it is very rare that a player who has played previous games in a series says that the newest iteration can become the best. It happens all the time in Call of Duty even, right? Like, the pros always wish that the game was more like what they previously played. They wished that it was like an older title. It happened in Counter-Strike when CS:GO came out. People wished it was more like 1.6. They all loved 1.6. Even in Source, some people never left 1.6 because they loved it so much. They thought it was the best Counter-Strike, and nothing could top it. It is very rare that a veteran player says something like that. I think that's like the highest praise that Capcom could ever ask for, is that a veteran player, especially Daigo, says that their new game could be better than all of the other ones he's played over the last 30 years. It's crazy. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. I'm going to leave the Red Bull video down in the description if you want to watch it without me pausing it every 5 seconds. But I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider subscribing, and I'll talk to you again very soon.